Greetings, defenders of the prosperous town. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Cataclismo, Episode 7, Artillery Barrage. There we go. I can unlock Prosperity 3. I just might want to work on my oxygen production first, as I was just warned it's low. And you can see why, like, having oxygen blueprints like this is really nice.
We will prevail.
Because oxygen is constantly a problem. Until you get your prosperity up and upgrade levels up.
Eyes open, man.
So let's get that page. Join the expedition or serve your time, Judge told me. Ha! Jur. I thought to myself, or me-self, you snuck out of it again, you old dog. Cozy few evenings in a tent, and then off I'll trot into the night, pockets full of none of 'em and wiser fools. Brother came to see me off at the Sola Gate, as if he ever done good by me. Had the gall to weep, sobbing there, like a baby he was. Dark skies, he cried so loud, embarrassing buffoon. I'll be back in Ogar soon enough. So someone who is
Another preserved page,
conscripted.
but it's written in a different hand.
So clearly that was not
We will prevail.
Lady Aura. That was someone else writing that. What do you call the overlapping bricks? In a wall? I don't know. I'm not a mason. I'm a gamer, dude. I'll call it not shabby stonework. How's that sound? So this wall is, by all accounts, pretty pathetic compared to the other ones. But once it gets to its a few levels of like toughness boost, it should be a little bit harder to go down compared to, you know, for enough of a defensive bonus. So that's toughness 1. Toughness 0 is like worthless and gets nuked immediately if it ever gets attacked. So avoid like toughness 0 walls because they're completely worthless when it comes to actually defending anything. Unlocking Prosperity 3 now.
We are needed.
And I would say it's probably wise for me to start rolling out some additional troops. So I'm getting bowmen and then lobbers and netters over here. But here is the Masonry Guild. So the Masonry Guild allows you to improve masonry to increase the toughness of walls granted at highest tier. And that's at Prosperity level 2, and Prosperity level 3 unlocks additional options. And these options are, a lot of the research is locked behind oxygen requirements, so having really high oxygen income is pretty handy.
We don't have the oxygen.
It's bond. Overlapping bricks is called bond, so that there isn't a vertical joint present. Thanks. And I'm going to start researching a lot of economic and defensive upgrades with my oxygen. But Prosperity level 3 is almost done.
Yes, I'm on it. Post me high, on it.
The settlement prospers. These instructions say we'll now need a mist fuel condenser. What's that?
Oh, it is quite something, Herald. Have it built, post haste, you shall see.
Mist fuel is a volatile substance invented by the scholars. Build a mist fuel condenser facing into a pool of mist and collect it and distill mist fuel on the shoreline. Mist fuel can be used to train powerful units and construct advanced buildings. Before I even do that, I'm upgrading my air filters to air filter compressors, which produce a lot more oxygen than the air filters themselves. Because a lot of what we're going to need is oxygen for upgrades for things like large sleeping quarters or any of the Mason upgrades. But while we do that, I can also build the mist fuel condenser. But for that, we need more housing. And these shacks now can go upgraded to homesteads, which house more people. So if you're running low on room, you can just... Which I'm not, but let's say I am. I can upgrade these shacks into homesteads. So Prosperity level 3 ushers in a huge amount of potential upgrades. So now my oxygen generation per minute is like doubled what it was with all these bulk air filters. It's also worth noting that at this tier...
Night is nearly here.
At this tier, we're given mounted fire arrows, mounted poison, so that allows us to more easily deploy poisons and arrows. So like if I did something like this, I mean this needs more support, but if I did something like this, it would offer poison to these net units.
Yep.
So it's less area than the fire arrows, but it gives you more options as to how to deploy them because they can be mounted into walls. Some of the other things that I unlocked here is the Bomber Spark, which is an artillery enhancement for bombers and ballista. And then reinforced spikes, stronger spikes, and better sawmills, better quarries, better everything. Like everything improved a whole tier, which is pretty remarkable. So we have the nighttime coming. There will be scores of enemies that direction and a few enemies this direction. So this wall needs to get manned. So let's go ahead and roll. Because this is a pretty low wall, I'm going to move the nets and bombs that we have over to the new one. And then move the troops that we have. I think what I'll do is I'll put 2 bombs here. And then the Lady Aura's, or Lady Edith's troops down in the new area. And the other thing, obviously, we're going to need to do is I have tons and tons of stone. So before the actual attack comes in, let's go ahead and invest that stone in raising the tier of this this wall up to at least 2. Just for security's sake. And I double click to select all of the same type? I don't think so. I don't know the full hotkeys though. I could be mistaken. Wonder how much higher I need to get. Yeah, I have tons and tons of stone. I just need to pause and use it. Okay, I just heard it. Yep, it chunked over. Okay, perfect. So we have the height now that we need to achieve, I think. Yep. So there are special Merlins for the corners like this, so you can not miss any spots if you want to like make it flush and perfect. Personally, I don't much care about having it be like visually perfect. Messy is fine as long as it works. And I don't exactly know what section they're going to attack when they come in, but it'd be good to have the entire area in here ready for the whole section to be messed with. So I think this yeah, that all looks like max tier. The other thing not to ignore is that there was a Mason bonus to be able to increase the total toughness of the walls. So getting that research would be pretty handy, and I just need a little bit more oxygen for that. That's actually pretty accessible. So the other thing that we want to do here is to line it up so that we actually can stand on the walls, because as it is now, there's like no space for our troops. So let's layer it up a little bit so that I can actually get on. And I'm not going to worry about bond for these back walls as much.
The Bali for Ogar. We will prevail.
Yeah?
Huh?
So the cannoneer doesn't really have anywhere to go because the cannoneer needs a lot more space. So what I could also do is build... the cannoneer doesn't want to be that high up compared to the surrounding terrain, but I'll at least put a cannoneer perch here so the cannoneer can join this fight. I mean, this whole specific part of this scenario is sort of about like unlocking cannons for the first time, so it makes sense to at least attempt to incorporate it. So here we go. Improved masonry is going to get researched.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't have damage bonuses around here. Let's get some in. So I'll put one here. And then one for this spot. Stacking bonuses definitely makes the most use because you have a finite amount of like total military.
Huh.
So as many that was weird.
I'm on it.
As many damage bonus stacks that you can
Yeah.
you know, shove into your unit, the more effective you are using your finite military population.
Go now. Good.
Okay, so we just got the masonry upgrade. So now it's from, I think, 300 to 420. And we can do another one at oxygen 720 for expert masonry for even more toughness, which would be awesome. But of course, not neglect the fact that ultimately we need to damage the enemies, right? Amazing walls only gets you so far. On top of that, we can also start to improve our quarries and improve our sawmills, so we have more resource gain. Continuing upgrading the air compressors so that we have oxygen. And here comes the horrors. And build a mist fuel. Yeah, that will come after this horror attack.
Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh.
Alright, this looks like a pretty sizable amount of the centaurs. Really be too bad if someone nuked him with high damage. The cannoneer can't even see the line of sight needed, but it's fine.
Yeah, why not?
Is that it? No, there's a few over here. Survive the night. Swank.
Keen to use my atlas.
Alright, let's get the sawmills upgraded, because it looks like we have a bit of a bottleneck on wood. And then we'll also finally get the mist fuel. So that needs wood and oxygen, which we're getting here in just a second. And there's a mist fuel area here, so that's why I arched this, knowing ahead of time that I build my mist fuel in this spot, so I didn't have to redesign. Because yes, I've played this before. So we'll get the mist fuel condenser built on that pool, and then the game also gives you one here, but I'm not going to worry about that one. I don't really care about the one that's outside my walls. And I'm also at the warehouse researching two-man saws to increase the gather rate of wood as well. So right now we're at 308 a minute, and we'll see what happens once that research is done.
Temperamental stuff. Next in this missive is Bomber's Workshop?
So the final thing to do in this scenario, besides survive, is to build the Bomber's Workshop, which is where you train the cannoneers. So that requires 680 oxygen and 18 pop, so I need a little bit more pop for that. So I'll upgrade some of my shacks to homesteads. And our wood per minute is now 386 with the two-man saws done. I don't really need more stone or minerals right now, so I'm going to hold off on getting the stone and mineral research upgrade because I think there'd be better use for those. And I don't use traps as just a personal preference, so I'm not going to bother with the traps research either. Our defense is really held up in the last fight. I didn't really have any weak spots, and we killed everything that we needed to kill pretty quickly. So I'm not too worried about that either. And I know I'm out of time on the stream, but I'm gonna play through this scenario anyway. I won't deprive you of that. So let's go ahead and grab our lovely Bomber's Workshop. And this thing is a big honker, so it's sometimes can be a little bit tricky to where to place it. So I might... Oh, this oxygen generator is not even working. So let's destroy it. And in its place, use the space for the Bomber's Workshop. So I'll create a tunnel system so we don't block the gate here if we ever want to use this gate. And then use our immense amount of stone to raise the terrain level here up so that we have a flush, flat surface to build the Bomber's Workshop. Because it will fit here. No problem. This is excessive overboard, but like, I have the resources, so I don't care. I feel like I'm playing Timberborn or something. Alright. Well, that should be plenty of space. So there it is. Oh, wow. Yeah, actually, it wasn't plenty. It was exactly the right size. So then we just need a stairwell in. And that should do. I wonder when this wall's going to get attacked, because I really underinvested in this wall. So maybe with some of the extra stone I have, get this wall kind of battle ready. I think this is the necessary height for all of the max toughness bonus. It was. And now it's up to 490 with the expert masonry researched. All I would really need to do is to roll out more troops. Maybe for this specific wall, I will use bombers. Just to demo the benefit of the bombers. This is so, like...
The bomber's workshop is built. Time to put the artillery to work.
So resource sloppy, but I don't care. So let's... I'm going to upgrade refined powder to increase the bomber's area of effect, and then get a whole bunch of bombers. For more bombers, I need more people. And for more people, I need more oxygen. What's my oxygen gain? 364? Let's see if I can't fit some more towers in. Oh, I need more people first. Now, there are upgrades to make oxygen generation a lot cheaper. So there are... Over here, where the home extension used to be, there's airtight insulation, which makes it so that the adjacent homes don't require oxygen. So, like, I can add some airtight insulation around some of the constructed homes. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to build meta, because as you upgrade your oh, that isn't working either. As you upgrade your structures, the benefits that they can have change, but so your designs might radically shift as your tech level shifts, and short of like fully deconstructing everything, it's hard to build perfectly, you know, with that in mind. But I'm building some airtight insulation into some of the homes. I can't do necessarily all of them. There's like most of them. And that's going to reduce my oxygen needs.
With these cannoneers on our side, everything will be easier.
Cannon ready!
And then I was saying the last wall I was going to
Now we're talking.
man with mostly cannoneers just for the fun of it. So let's get some stairs that actually go up there.
Huh. All right.
Low oxygen production.
Yeah, my oxygen production is pretty terrible.
Right on. Yeah, it's okay.
Once I have the population that I gain from upgrading those to homesteads, I'll put in some more blueprints. I just don't have the population for these blueprints. So the other object that you can add to the top of these, and I would need to make a new blueprint, is an autonomous pump, which allows you to have an oxygen pump that doesn't use people as a resource to actually move or pump the oxygen around. Because of time, I'm not going to like redesign these blueprints, but if you were trying to construct a more efficient settlement, obviously it would behoove you to use the autonomous pumps so that you can produce oxygen less expensively. Since I'm overtime, I'm just kind of rushing it. That'll be good enough. And then once they're built, I'll upgrade the air filters. So, night's coming. We have scores coming from the new bomber section.
I can't wait.
And I wouldn't mind trying to get some spark upgrades for the bombers underneath them.
I can't wait.
And then we've got scores and scores. So we're being attacked from all directions, lots of them. So the new bomber upgrade is the bomber spark, and for that we need a little bit more mist fuel. And the problem with that is I don't have enough mist fuel. So let's quickly claim this mist fuel pump. Even if we can't necessarily guard it, I can at least benefit from this mist fuel pump temporarily to be able to get the bomber spark upgrade gone. We also have a little bit more capacity for troops, so I'm going to train some bowmen.
We don't have the oxygen.
To join the bombers, because the bombers don't have really good single target damage. So I wouldn't mind some additional archers there to help out. Alright, building reclaimed. Now I have the mist fuel. So, let's use the bomber spark. I'll put a spark here. 3 of them get it.
A low volley. Yeah.
And that should be bomber spark and damage boost. That does not have a range boost, but I could cheese it and just like put a Merlin like that for a range boost too.
Why not?
And then this last bomber I will send here.
Now we're talking.
The Pálido
And then
shines.
Edith I'm going to send over here
Masks on.
where the archers are. Just because I feel like this is my weakest side. Although, you know what? I might... She'll float. I'm not exactly sure where she'll go. Fire. To use the new section for the mounted fire arrows, we can also add fire damage like that with the new fire arrow thing, which is less resource efficient but a little bit more easy to use. So let's go ahead and trigger the next horror attack.
The dark night begins. What fresh horror is this? It's hideous. Everybody, steel yourself.
So this is an abomination. It's a slow horror with high health. They give birth to extra enemies when they feel in danger. So this is one to beat, and it's going to be targeted by
We're under attack.
our cannoneers. So keep an eye on that. So you can see the benefits of the nets, really slowing down these enemies from getting to us.
Yes?
These archers, I want you targeting deadliest.
Where to?
These archers targeting deadliest. And these archers targeting deadliest. These walls are getting damaged, but they're nowhere near getting destroyed yet. I think they'll be just fine. This defense is totally non-issue. There was just simply not enough enemies to even be a threat. Some of these walls are about half, but almost the entire attack force is already dead. And it's multi-layered, right? They're only through one of 2 layers, so it's not too big of a deal. And now for the real threat, which is, oh, it's gone. Our sparked artillery nuked this attack so fast I couldn't even see the threat.
Uh-huh. We will...
There is one stupid little feeble vermin, like, attacking some random scenery terrain. Oh, and no, actually, they snaked around here and got in, so let's move these archers over here. I missed that. Have these guys come around. I needed a more complete wall over here. Do you repair damaged walls? Tiny spoiler, so I'm going to be blue for the duration of the spoiler. Your heroine does get the ability to cast a spell to repair walls, but I don't have access to it yet.
Cannons. If I know the scholars, this will not be the last mist fuel contraption we see.
So there we go. The mist fuel firepower is done. We gained 3 insight. We completed both of the secondary objectives, got the bomber workshop and the lost page. And before I wrap this up, I will show you some of the research options unlocked through tier 2. So in this case, we have unique...
Hermes, the cannons are loud, but for the Sea of Mist, we shall need them.
We have the first time offered a secondary mission for tower defense. So the way these work is it's very much like the tower defense games where it's like wave survival, where you have a certain amount of units and you have to move around as the enemies like go around mazes and the like. And then the main mission. And then here's the new research options. So we've got reinforced stonework, so max health of the citadel goes up. Nets can stun. We've got area of effect explosive cannoneer. We've got advanced wood pieces for archers and decks and hanging banners. Edith's max health goes up. We have the upgraded version of her multiple targets and the upgraded version of her single target. And then what I had literally just said, which is a new arte, Pounding Veil. So cast a weak protective veil on buildings and damages nearby attackers over time, or Healing Veil. Cast a protective veil on buildings and slowly restores their health. So those are the new abilities unlocked at tier 2. And as you can see, there's a lot more abilities that are still locked through campaign progress. But that, friends, is where this stream is going to leave off. Thank you for tuning in to Cataclismo, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 13th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you on next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Ogarians.